Hello there guys, my name is Coach Chai, YouTube channel Doncaster Born built for Theme Park News, and welcome to a Theme Park Newsroom update from the Alton Towers Resort. Now this came to light because I was scrolling through Facebook, loads of different amusement park groups and things like that on Facebook pages, and I spotted something on Towers Street's Facebook page. Now please go and follow them, they're a brilliant Alton Towers fan site, as are Towers Times with South Park's media. They're brilliant, they're absolutely fantastic. Big shout out to Towers Times and Towers Street and South Parks. Big fans of the UK theme park industry. Towers Street and Towers Times specifically aimed at Alton Towers. And I spotted something on there that I'd like to discuss, and that is a picture. You can go, I can't show it because I don't want to sort of get done by Towers Street for using their photo without permission, so I don't want to ask for it because I feel like I'm sort of taking their photo even if I ask permission for it. So please excuse me if I don't show anything. But you can have a look yourselves. If you look for Towers Street on Facebook, there should be a picture on there, or a couple of pictures. And basically, there is quite a high fence, a white sheeted fence. Sheeted, don't worry. So basically, a white fence around the House of Monsters site. And it seems like it's covering the whole area. Now, there has been reported rumours of the Cloud Cuckoo Land Retheme finally happening next year. And there's been a lot of questions whether preparations are set to be going ahead to retheme Cloud Cuckoo Land, starting with House of Monsters. Now, the House of Monsters site has a very unique history. It used to be known as the Barney Playground, the Tweenies Playground, the Cred Street Playground when it was known as Cred Street. Cloud Cuckoo Land came in 2009. It used the usual playground equipment before bringing in the inflatable new equipment and whatever. Inflatable or not, I can't remember because I've never been inside that attraction for a long time. I think last time I was in on that attraction, it was the opening year when I was 9. And it was alright, some nice play equipment, good when I was a kid. I have a few memories of Wobble World, etc., but not too much. It wasn't one of my favourite attractions at Alton Towers, even when it opened in the opening year. So basically, Wobble World opened in 2009, and basically it closed in 2015, 2016 for that Towers Living Care programme, and sort of it never got opened as Wobble World again. However, in 2016 it was brought to Scarefest, that building, as House of Monsters, a scare attraction, a family scare maze, where this vlogger, YouTube, takes you around and wants to sort of film footage of a haunted house, and you know, he wants to make himself famous on YouTube for filming stuff from a haunted house. And there's all like different puzzles and little family jump scares, etc, etc. And I've heard it's a great attraction. I'm not going to judge it because I never got to experience it. However, obviously we had the different updates that were going on. Obviously House of Monsters wasn't announced to come back for Scarefest. Then we sort of saw on the board, I believe a few weeks ago, if not a couple of months ago, around the time that Scarefest was announced, there was some writing on the board that said it was going to be opening next year as part of next year's Scarefest. So, and of course I did that video about a Lego themed area possibly coming into Cloud Cuckoo Land and Angry Birds Land at Alton Towers and Thorpe Park Resort. It seems like the Thorpe Park Resort one hasn't gone down well, that rumour with the Thorpe Park one. But many people have said with Cloud Cuckoo Land it will work perfectly, even though there's some Lego Discovery Centres nearby. They have said that the Lego Land themed area at Alton Towers would work way better than Thorpe Park, even though there's two nearby Lego Discovery Centres in Birmingham and Manchester. The Thorpe Park one wouldn't work just because of the fact that 10-15 minutes away is Legoland Windsor, so it would be taking away their audience possibly. So I think the best thing for the Angry Birds one, just going a little bit off topic here, is to just retheme that back to Amity, get some 1950s style Dodgems themes in there for the King Pigs Wild Dodgems, get the HB Leisure games out, bring one of the flat rides from Old Town. And there has been a rumour actually that the two flat rides from Old Town are getting relocated to another area of the park because of the future of Old Town. So a little bit of interesting facts there that I've heard recently. Not going to discuss on that anymore because we don't know any more than that. But I definitely think that work at House of Monsters definitely suggests to me there's going to be a retheme for Cloud Cuckoo Land next year. I think we've been calling for it for the last couple of years. All us Towers fans and theme park fans and enthusiasts, we've been calling for a retheme for that area for a good couple of years. Last 2 or 3 years, maybe even 4 years. And it seems like we're finally going to get that. Cloud Cuckoo Land Retheme, finally. Now, we don't know what it's going to be too. If it is a Cloud Cuckoo Land Retheme, I was sure they'd be planning it way before that Legoland takeover with the Blackstone core and the Lego family from Denmark came in to take over operations of Merlin Entertainment. So things like the Legoland water park for Gardaland and things like that, you know, those things happen before the takeover. So don't, you know, get any ideas of we're getting all these Lego investments because of the takeover. It happened way before that. They planned it way before that. So let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But Lego is a timeless brand, and I think Merlin will make a good move if they decide to invest in a Lego themed area for specifically Alton Towers. I think even though they've got the 2 Legoland Discovery Centres, I do think that Lego is a timeless brand for Alton Towers. If they can think of any other timeless brands, be my guest. I would love to see Doctor Who or Horrible Histories come in. If they could renegotiate with David Williams for the deal with the children's books, and just exclude the dungeons. Turn the dungeons and the bird kitchen into its own separate mini area from Cloud Cuckoo Land. It's kind of like the Alton courtyard in a way. But what I would like to see, if they're not going to go for an IP, even though IP seems to be the thing and IP seems to be the most likely option they'll go with, I think that the Towers courtyard idea that people have said in the past, quite a few people have said in the past, you know, they sort of wanted this with Hex as well. They sort of incorporated into this Towers courtyard back area. So it's not too dark, but it's like a family thing, kind of like on the level of, think Fantastic Beasts, Harry Potter, Hex kind of darkness. Not too dark, but legendary dark. Not dark as in horror, but legend, like the Legend Tales dark. So you'd be looking at maybe, I'd definitely suggest that if it's not going to be Lego or any other brand they could use the driving school for, I do think the driving school will leave the park, as will Froghopper. Obviously people have said in the past they'd like to see Spinball Mizzer moved around there, but I think because of heights and stuff like that, depending, you know, how far they dig deep, I don't think we're going to see Spinball being moved. I think we're going to see it stay in exactly the same area as it is, and it's either going to get rethemed to CBeebies Land or it's just going to get removed entirely and replaced by some more CBeebies Land attractions. But it's still getting the big queues, so I think Spinball's going to see out the next decade at least. But going back to this Towers Courtyard idea, I think the Cloud Cuckoo Land's driving school could go. The Twirling Toadstool site could get used for a flat ride. The driving school definitely for a family ride, or some kind of flat ride, as long as it don't make too much noise. I'd like to see an air race personally, but sort of theme it to the Towers Courtyard as like the Crusader, well, not really Crusader flies, but like the Towers Spitfires, or, you know, something to do with, you know, taking flight and things like that around the towers and things like that. So I think have a whole area based around the legend of the towers, and not just have a ride like Hex just based on the legend. Have a whole area, a courtyard area based on the legend, and have some attractions themed to that legend. You still need to use the theatre space. That's just a facade now for the relocated Froghopper that was just in front of Out of Control. I think Nickelodeon Out of Control is just a storage space now, but you sort of think that building was quite big, so I'd like to see a new attraction in that and just build a brand new storage facility maybe. But again, that could be very unlikely, so we're not going to see an attraction in that Out of Control section for quite some time. But I think the theatre space will get used. Wobble World / House of Monsters site, that will get used, possibly for a scare attraction next year, or as a permanent attraction instead. Now that we've got Darkest Depths in Mutiny Bay, and if that becomes a success, that looks to be the family maze to replace House of Monsters in the usual Scarefest lineup. I think the Twirling Toadstool site, that'll get used. Froghopper will be removed, so I don't think we're going to see a flat ride around that space. The carousel, I think that's going to stay, but they'll just get rethemed into whatever it's going to be. But I'm really excited about this. I think with the work taking place with the fence around House of Monsters, the white sheeted fence around House of Monsters, I definitely think there's going to be work coming next year to Cloud Cuckoo Land. I think Cloud Cuckoo Land is going to be the main focus in terms of new attractions for next year. But I definitely think that obviously the main focus, in my opinion, is going to be on not just Cloud Cuckoo Land, but for the 40th anniversary of the Alton Towers Resort. So it's going to be more of a family Alton Towers Resort. And you've got to think, you look back at 2000, they brought in Hex for their 20th anniversary. 30th anniversary was a coaster. This year, the 40th anniversary coming next year, sorry. Got to think in this decade for next year, the 40th anniversary. That looks to be some family investments. Cloud Cuckoo Land Retheme. So this makes me think that the next anniversary, the 50th anniversary, the big 50 in 2030 will be a coaster, in my opinion. So I think if I was to sort of predict anniversaries kind of thing and just following the pattern, we could be seeing a coaster around 2022, 2023, and then another coaster in 2030 for Alton Towers, wherever that will be. So I am afraid they are going to take Nemesis out and replace it with something for the 50th anniversary. But hopefully that's not the case, because you've got to think the last time they had the coaster in an anniversary season, in that sort of number than an O anniversary, like the last 10 years, you got to think the last time they did that was Corkscrew, an iconic coaster replaced by 13. I hope they don't take out an iconic coaster, Nemesis, for another coaster for 2030. That would be just mad. Obviously this year it's been closed, you know, on I think there's a couple of days in the past this year for maintenance. And I think there was some inspectors checking out the loop at one point. So, but that was just all like general maintenance. That's all fine. The ride's still running like it was, you know, back in 1994. It's still a brilliant running attraction. So there we go. So that's just sort of a look at the latest stuff that's going on around Cloud Cuckoo Land. So thank you very much for watching this Theme Park Newsroom update from Alton Towers. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And for now, guys, my name is Coach Charlie, YouTube channel Doncaster born, but built for Theme Park News. Keep on the coast live, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.